Hello, hello. Good evening, everybody. Good afternoon. It depends where you're watching us from. Welcome, welcome. Bonjour, bonsoir. It's yours, Coach Jeanine, and I am so glad today, this evening, to be, my goodness, to be able to introduce to you my friend, my sister, a wonderful coach, a wonderful leader, Coach Mary. How are you tonight, Coach Mary?
Oh, I'm doing very well. It has been a long time coming, but we are
Yes,
here together. So excited.
absolutely. Absolutely. I'm so glad that you're joining us today. Welcome, everybody, to Empowering You TV. We welcome you because we are definitely excited tonight. I know many of you been waiting just like me because I know it's going to be a very empowering session tonight with Coach Mary. So we're just going to dive into our discussion tonight. Coach Mary, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Absolutely. So we're just going to introduce Coach Mary, and I will talk more about her, how we met, and how the connection just, every single day. I bless God for this woman, for this leader, because I definitely, you know how when you met people who meant to be in your life, you just know. So she's definitely one of them, and a true leader, a true servant leader for me. And I always acknowledge her presence and just her joy to be able to serve together with her. And to me, she's like a family now because we definitely have many things in common, and she has a heart for the community. So to me, I'm so glad that you bless us tonight, Coach Mary, to be here today. I know you are a very busy person, but you definitely agreed to be on today, so I'm so glad. Welcome again.
Thank you.
So please, I want you guys to invite people and make sure that you taking your pen and pencil because tonight it won't be just a conversation, but it also will be a time where we're gonna be able to share with you some tools and strategy because we are about empowerment. If you know something about that tonight, you're gonna hear more about that, and now you can be able to empower others too who also been listening to you as a leader because we believe everybody has a special calling to be able to serve. So why not, just coming? That's why we come here every Wednesday and Sunday to be able to give you more tools and strategies so you can be able to be the best leader that you can be. So bonsoir, bonjour. Je suis tellement contente aujourd'hui, dans la joie surtout, d'être avec Coach Mary. Elle est là, ça fait déjà un bout de temps qu'on a commencé à travailler ensemble. C'est une dame merveilleuse que j'ai beaucoup appris d'elle et je continue toujours à être avec elle et travailler dans plusieurs domaines. Et c'est une dame qui connaît comment servir. Et pour moi, c'est parmi des choses qu'un leader est toujours prêt pour travailler, pour soutenir sa communauté. Et Coach Mary, c'est vraiment l'une des femmes que depuis que j'ai commencé à la côtoyer, elle est vraiment une dame qui m'inspire beaucoup, qui m'aide beaucoup, elle a beaucoup d'idées, puis elle a l'amour de servir. Alors, je suis tellement dans la joie d'être là avec Coach Mary. So, hey, thank you so much. Our first word for you tonight, what do you hear the word tenacity? What means to you?
Tenacity means to go for it and to not be fearful. There are no limits to anything that you can do. And so you have this strength, this energy that's within you to go forth and do what you know that you can do. You know that you can do it. It's in your spirit to do it. So you have the tenacity to do it without any limits.
Absolutely. Any limit for sure. Resiliency.
Oh, you just don't stop. You're like you're almost like you have there's so much within you that when there's one direction you're going, you have so much strength within you that you can go in many directions and you never stop. You just keep going, no matter what you may see Okay, you may see something. You, of course, you're going to see some obstacles, some things along the way, but that doesn't stop you. You keep going because you know that what you're doing is much bigger than you. And it's always much bigger than you. It's always about people. It's always about service. It's always about and I learned this from a theology class that I've taken, that when we look down at our feet, everywhere we go, we're on a mission. There are people that are watching us. There are people that need what it is that we do. We fulfill a need, just as Jesus came, he fulfilled the need. And his
Yes,
need was huge because it was for everybody, you know. And so we have a need that's very specialized for each and every one of us here to go forth and fulfill that need only in the way in which you and I can do, or you that are watching, the need that you are fulfilled to do.
that's right. Absolutely. I love that. Emerging.
Oh, emerging. Emerging is continually growing, continually learning something. Just when someone may think, oh, that's what he or she does, there's always something else that's coming out. There's always something that's birthed out of you to share, to give, to fulfill for other people. So you're constantly, the merging is coming from the mindset. Mhm. That I'm
Absolutely.
just not going in this route. I'm going over here. I'm going here.
Mhm.
I'm reaching here. I'm stretching here. But I'm constantly moving forward and growing at the same time.
Mm. Wonderful. Empowerment.
Wow. I'm just gonna say fire,
Yes.
energy, blast off.
Mm.
You know, um, there are times when there's a calmness. But then, have you ever have times or periods throughout the day where you be like, "Oh, I'm done for the day," and then you go sit down, and all of a sudden, this burst, this
Yeah.
comes out of nowhere. That's the spirit that's within you. That's that empowerment that's within you to
Mm-hmm.
continue. I mentioned to you, I start my day very early in the morning, which is 4:30 a.m. At the same
Yes.
time as I shut it down, but then by 7 o'clock, I'm taking off again, and I'm over in other areas doing other things, and it's just that empowerment that's within me,
I
that
don't know how you
passion.
do
That
it.
you
I
know
don't know
what?
how you do it, Coach Mary.
It's not my
4:30 in the
strength.
morning.
It's not my strength. I'm gonna tell you that right
Mm-hmm.
now. It's
Mm.
God's strength. Because let me tell you something. If it was left up to me, I'd been asleep. And I know that some people say, you know what, you need to get rest. I agree with that. I do. But I'm learning now more to rest in Him.
Mm.
I've really learned that over the last month. Mhm.
Absolutely. And that's good. That's a very key thing because as a leader, that's what you learn how to definitely put a boundary and how to discipline yourself to get some rest. Because that's one I need to practice that too, for sure. Hello, Lovette. Welcome. Thank you so much. And please share so every other people, many people can come and join us.
Yes,
Another word for us, the last one, it's courage.
courage. Courage is you just take the disc off of it. Courage is that you will continue to go forth, that
Mm-hmm.
you will not be afraid. And
Yes.
it's okay if there are no ifs, but it's okay if other people look at you kind of like what's going on, or that's never been done before, but you can. Hmm. And so you have the courage to move forward. You lift your head up high with confidence, and you
Yes.
go forth, and you go where you've never gone before, so that you can be everything that God has called you to be. He's commanded us
Mm-hmm.
to be courageous, to be strong, because He's
Right.
in you.
Mm-hmm.
say that to myself. I actually wrote it down on a post-it note just very
Oh,
recently this week. It was a
yes.
scripture, Joshua 1:9. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's what we forget sometimes is that we forget, well, what word am I going to work in my life? I'm
Right,
glad we have these words. These are very important words that we speak to ourselves. We can say it to anybody, but when the time comes and we need to empower ourselves, we need to encourage ourselves that we are resilient, that we will continue to move forward, we got to say it to ourselves.
right.
In order for us to go forth and do what we're called to do.
That's right, guys. I hope you're taking notes. I hope you're listening because tonight, Coach Mary, she's dropping some gems. So make sure you're getting all those nuggets because she's gonna be definitely, teaching us. I'm so excited for this summer coming, guys, because many, many, many people have been asking me to do these courses and classes. Guess what? It's coming, and one of the instructor will be Coach Mary. She will be teaching you on so many things, guys. So I just hope that you're gonna be ready because we're gonna be definitely be available to be able to teach you, to mentor you, to exact because there's so much that I've been listening to people, and now summer will be the best time for us to. So just stay tuned because many very wonderful courses are coming. So you'll be blessed, and one of them will be Coach Mary.
Thank
So
you.
I'm just going to introduce Coach Mary a little bit to talk a little bit about her. And the reason why I really want people to know Coach Mary, because she's this type of leader that I don't want to just, I'm so blessed that I met her. And I just want to keep her for myself and just know I want the entire world to know because she is such a blessing to me and to definitely people around me. She's this type of person when you met her once, you just want to keep listening to her, be just around her because she's the type of person like today we talked about empowerment. She empower in every single thing she does. So I just want to give you a little story. I met her through another friend of mine, a wonderful sister of ours. So that was amazing. And then I start, I always support people because I see, and especially when I see the value of what people are doing, I always try my best to show some support. So I've been, just coming live on LinkedIn, through this wonderful group. And I keep seeing, I'm sure you see so many people comes and say something, but I like her consistency. She was consistent, showing up, just like me, showing up, supporting, that sister of ours, Coach Tisha. And I was like, oh my God, who is this sister? And I started getting to know, it was amazing. And then after that, we met, we connect, we start talking. I saw that she's really pouring her art, her passion, her commitment to leadership to me. So I was like, no. And I can definitely see that it's really coming from her heart. And also everything that she's doing, she's encouraging everybody. I was like, to me, that's a true sister, that's a true leader. And since then, we just been, definitely working together, planning other stuff. So she's definitely been a blessing to me. So that's why I think today I wanted to introduce her, to empowering community so we can get to know her and just be able to support and say we here because she's always here, making sure that she's pouring into you because and to me that's a true leadership. I know many people, they really, make sure they think that label has to define your leader. To me, it's really not. It's not about the label. It's not about who you think that, how many degrees and how many positions. It's really about how you're showing up for your people. And Coach Mary, she's been in a very example of how I call her a very authentic leader because she's always showing up and pouring into people. So I just want to give you that story, how we met and how amazing it has been since then. Every
Yes,
single day, she's always showing up. So thank you so much, Coach Mary.
you're welcome. You're welcome.
Absolutely. So Coach Mary West, she's the CEO and Chief Officer of One Word Encouragement LLC, and she has many hats, and she will tell you more about that. But to me, the reason why I really want her to come in and to share with us, her journey, since she started, and she can be able to tell us what you can be able to do so you can strengthen your team, you can encourage them, and how you can encourage them as a leader. So please, Coach Mary, take the floor and I want to just make sure that I give you enough time to talk to us about your journey, how you started, and how today you continue to empower us every day.
Well, again, thank you, and I'm just so excited every time that I can use my voice to speak, but to speak the truth that is God's words of encouragement. They're not mine. I'm the
Mm-hmm.
vessel that's being used. Um, and my professional background for 20 years has been in human resources in the corporate sector. And
Mm-hmm.
it's all about corporate and very buttoned up and newly married. We had a baby boy, only child. And I started a new position in HR in corporate for another organization. The day that I left the organization, I had a health exam. And during that exam, there was a lump that was detected on my right breast. To make a long story short, everything was new for me. And going into this new organization, I knew that I wasn't well, but I didn't know the severity of me not being well. Well, not even 3 months into the new position, um, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And it was spreading very quickly. And because I had worked in a very high volume, fast paced, lean team, they supported me. So during the journey of 18 weeks of chemo, 30 days of radiation, a year of Herceptin treatment, constant back and forth for follow ups, it was a 5 year journey of treatment. There was a lot of loss of weight, loss of hair, loss of nails, um, everything that could have come with it, airborne virus, just everything was just, it was not good. And I was very upset. I thought I had done something wrong. Why is this happening to me? But during that time, I had a 2 year old son, and he was my reason why to live. And things were very different almost 9 years ago than they are today. And so during this journey, God put people in my life that I didn't even really know. I didn't speak God's words of encouragement. That was the last thing on my mind. That's the honest truth. I was very upset and I was very ashamed of what I looked like. Things were not the same, being very sick due to the side effects. But God brought this team who told me, no, we're not going to let you be like this. So the team consisted of this work group and other people that I didn't know, in and out, in and out, in and out. And I was away from the actual office for 2 months because I caught an airborne virus and couldn't come back in.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I propped myself up with pillows and I just, all I could do was go like this. I couldn't even hold the pen anymore because of the side effect of neuropathy. And so, with that being said, um, I came back to the office after 2 months and I wore a wig and I went from a size 10 to a 2. And I'm 5'9". So that really stands out. I thought I could just slide on back in, and everyone was so happy to see me. Come back, and I get a promotion because I had worked so hard, because it got my mind off of what I was going through.
Mm-hmm.
And so I come back, I'm getting settled in, I'm finished with chemo, I'm getting ready to do radiation. And executives say to me, Mary, can you come and speak to women who are newly diagnosed? Can you help them? Can you give them some encouragement? Now here I am. This is the start of it. not knowing that I was being an advocate, I was being an encourager right then, and I was still going through treatment. So I did, and I liked it. And I liked how we started sharing stories and people started watching me. So I would just go on, me and my son over time, and we would just do some go lives, just encouraging people. We didn't have no name, we didn't have a theme. It looked like I was driving and he was in the back seat, but it was actually my husband driving and I was on the passenger. We were all going carpooling together. And people were like, get off the road. What's wrong with you? You can't be doing it. But when I flipped the camera, they could see. But anyway, we were encouraging men and did not even know that this was preparation for something much bigger. So
Mm.
5 years later, 1 month, I rung that bell. And things had changed. And I was asked, what do I want to do? And I could not believe the words that were coming out of my mouth. But before then, my passion, all that was on my mind was helping people, helping survivors, helping caregivers. Let me tell you something. This here, this journal right here
Mhm.
that I wrote was penned in a weekend and I sat on it.
Wow. My goodness.
This bracelet right
One
here,
weekend.
one weekend, just sitting there with I'm like, I'm gonna write a journal. Wrote it. And the same weekend took quarters and kind of color coded these bracelets, sat on it. But because I
Wow.
was working in corporate, I didn't have the time. However, when they asked me, what would you like to do? And I couldn't believe the words that were coming out of my mouth.
Mm.
I'm going to have to leave. And God took care of us.
Yes.
1 month later, 1 month after saying, I'm going to leave, One Word Encourage LLC became a business.
Oh my goodness.
The
What
rest
a
is history.
powerful. Hmm.
Yes, I knew while working in corporate and that passion. I even hosted an event that talked about thriving then and didn't even have it didn't I mean I was just that was all that was like on my mind. There are people that
Because you
say,
know why? I'm sorry to cut you, but you know why? Because your heart was always about serving.
mhm,
And that's why I really like your leadership, Coach Mary, because I mean, in your mind, even though you were still going through the chemo, but you was thinking about people, and that why to you it was so natural to you to show up and to show up every day and supporting others while you were going through your
mhm.
own chemo. That's
Yes,
amazing.
yes.
Continue, Coach Mary. Yeah, continue.
So and people thought, okay, wait a minute. Something's wrong with Mary because Mary's a go-getter. Mary's all about corporate. Wait a minute, she left her job. Something's wrong with Mary. People really thought I lost my mind for the simple fact that you're not degreed in business. What do you know about running a business? But here's the thing. So when you go from diagnosis to ministry, it's not your business.
Hmm.
It's God's business. We come in here with nothing, we
Yes.
going out with nothing.
Hmm.
So everything that we may look at that's around us, we'll say, oh, this is mine, this is mine. There's nothing that's yours. Everything belongs to him. And when
Yes.
we commit, when we surrender, when we give it to him, he's going to take care of it. There's either one or two ways it's going to go. It's either going to go his way or it's going to go the world's way. And there's no in between. So you have to make a choice, leaders. You have to make a choice. And let me tell you something. The only way to do it is his way. Well, why do you say that, Coach Mir? Because he's the truth.
That's true.
His word is the truth. If
Hmm.
we take our times, I mean, let's seriously, if we keep the focus, leaders, mhm, on who owns everything, why
Right.
wouldn't you want to go to him and seek him? You know, Let me tell you, I have to go to him. I've tried
Yes.
some things. I've gone off to the left. I've gone
Hmm. Oh, that's all of us. Yes.
to the left. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
We
And
tried
let me tell
something
you,
out.
Yes, when you do it his way, it's not hard work.
Yeah.
There's no such thing, people, as a
Mm.
grind or hustle, because that's all that's on your mind. That's all that's in your heart. What do you have for me today? What am I going to learn today? How do you want me to represent you today? And he will lead you and guide you. Until I got face to face with him in the presence of him. And when I start saying that, when I sat down on my caboose, mhm, and got in his presence and stopped talking all the time and listened to him.
Yes.
Oh, oh, he gives the direction and the instruction. And don't you believe that every
Mm.
single day there's somebody that's assigned to you that's different.
That's right. So, Coach Mary, let me ask you this. So, when you sat down and start listening, and that's where he start pouring the book, the first book. You start, you just
You know what?
writing down.
Yes. Actually, what ended up happening was there was I can't really how to say it, like burst. Like I couldn't let it go. Like
Yeah,
I shut my door. Look, I don't know what Caleb was doing, but I was just
yeah,
and I had my Bible, and literally I was not sitting at a desk. I was
yeah.
not in an office like where I am now, not in an office, but I was literally on my bed, at the foot of my bed, just with the Bible open. Okay, A is for able, and have it in a notebook, written in
Mm-hmm.
pencil, written in
Yeah.
pencil.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what happens. People ask me, well, Mary, how is your writing style? It's like this. It's a burst of energy that you just finish it, and you can't put it down until it's done. It's like, well,
That's good. That's good. Hello, hello, Jeffrey. Thank you for joining us, guys. Thank you for sharing. So, Coach Mary, please, can you tell some people who are listening to us, or they will be listening to this too, how would you encourage somebody who just want to start also documenting or start writing the book, but they don't have time, or they think they don't have time, but they do. But please, Coach Mary, can you talk to them? People who have excuses. I don't know. It just doesn't flow easily. Can you talk to them, please?
definitely. I will break it down just like this. There's nothing that you can't do. You have the time. You have the time. Let's be
Yes.
honest. We have the time.
Mm-hmm.
We got the time, but how are you using your time?
That's
That's
right.
the question. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to catch myself a lot because I want to do so many different things. But now, my suggestion to those who are starting is something very simple as this. And I've learned it from those leaders that are doing extremely well, that don't just have one business, they have multiple businesses. Is just go right on into Google,
Yeah.
get a calendar, do your calendar,
Mm-hmm.
and then keep it. Do your tasks. And
Yes.
as you continue, or mark and block, okay, time,
Yeah.
you know, and do it that way to start. Let me tell you something. Don't write books just sitting there like, oh, the book is done. You got to brainstorm.
Mm-hmm.
The very first thing that you should do is number one, get in front of God
Yes.
and talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
And let he wants to know. He wants to do it through you. He wants to do it through you. And he wants to handle it. And he'll give you everything that you need. Okay? Because let me tell you something. Don't nobody know everything about everything but him.
Yes.
Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
you ask for some wisdom. He'll give it to you generously.
Mm-hmm.
He'll give it to you. And when you least expect it, you all of a sudden always keep some kind of a notepad, sticky pad, always with me, because when the idea hits, there it goes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I
So,
hope
so
you guys are listening
get
to
in
Coach
his presence.
Mary.
Let him
Absolutely.
know. Let
Mm-hmm.
him
Mm-hmm.
know. And
Absolutely.
and and no one knows everything about everything. Everyone has special gifts, special talents.
Yes.
and you will be aligned with the right people
Mm-hmm.
for
Oh yeah, I
for that.
yes.
Okay.
Riding with the right people, Coach Mary. Can you walk us through? Can you just walk us through about the first book came, the second book came, and the third book? Oh my goodness! Now, did you have to change the process, or you were still consistent with the same process?
I would say the first two came the same process. So
Yes.
the very first journal, um,
Mm-hmm.
actually, God's Word A to Z for Victory. This
Mm-hmm.
is actually for the caregiver,
Yes.
and the reason this is for the caregiver is
Mm-hmm.
because, and I'm speaking for those who have the side effect of neuropathy. I couldn't hold the pen, so I couldn't really
Mm-hmm.
journal.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, there are actually action plans in here. So you are actually journaling for the person that you're caring for, and you're giving it to them as a gift. Or
Yes.
what you can do is, for this, we start off with A is for able,
Mm-hmm.
and we have the scripture, Ephesians 3:20, and we give some bullet points that God is able to do more than you can imagine. And then the action plan is, I am able to do, and you fill it in with journaling. So this is what you are able to do. This is what the
Mm-hmm.
caregiver is able to tell someone. This is what you're able to do. This is God's word, which is truth.
Right. Mm-hmm.
The second one, so you have the diagnosis, you're going through treatment. But do you remember when Jesus was healing people and he was telling them, don't tell? They went right ahead and told everybody. Here
Mm-hmm.
come all the people, right?
Yes.
That's what we're supposed to do. That's ministry. So it
Mm-hmm.
goes from diagnosis to treatment to here, ministry.
Yes. Finished. Yeah.
And it spells out the acronym promise. And it says
Mm-hmm.
your business is God's business. Promise.
Yes.
So this is actually, I will say, an operations manual, because the very
Mm-hmm.
first thing we do is we have some questions that we have to ask. There's some
Right.
questions that have to be asked. Who do you work for? What's your job title?
Yeah.
Where's your business location? Who's your point person of information? And who's your funding source? Now, I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to give you a sneak peek. I'm going to answer these questions real quick. And your products
Right.
and services and your clients. Well, God is your employer.
Mm-hmm.
Your job title is steward. Your business location is heaven on earth. Your point person is God, and call on him anytime.
Oh yeah. Anytime.
God
This
has
is powerful.
God has unlimited funding supply.
Always.
God
Always. Oh
provides
my God.
ideas to create products and services producing wealth.
I love that. Yes.
God helps bring clients and connections supporting
Mm-hmm.
your business. So this is the need. See, there are people out here. Yes, you can do it the other way, but you're only going to go so far. See,
Mm-hmm.
with God, it's unlimited. And so
Unlimited.
the third journal. This is where you're going on the path that God gives you, but then there's something so good, too good to be true, and you veer left. And whenever you go outside of the will of God, you will not go any further. This
Mm-hmm.
third one here, and I understand why it was this way, because it's all about thriving. See,
Wow.
cancer isn't the only thing that I'm going through. We're going to continue to go through stuff
Yes.
as leaders. Come on.
Yes.
In your
That's
in
true.
your ministry, in your business,
Mm.
in your
Yes.
leadership, in the things that you are gifted to do, there are
That's right.
going to be some things. It's not going to go smooth. But what we have to remember is God's word, and that's the acronym to thrive,
That's
to
right.
continue to thrive. And so this one was done, but it just sat until I had to leave. Like, you can't go there anymore. You've got to bring it on and come on back. And I will align you with the people that you need to be with. And you're going to continue to thrive. You're going to
Yeah.
continue to thrive. And it's okay because you learn from that. You learn from that.
Oh my goodness. We can continue for days, guys. Just listening to Coach May. I mean, I hope you're taking notes because this is what she's gonna be doing starting July. She's gonna be teaching. I mean, it's gonna be serious, guys. So I'm hoping you are definitely gonna be ready, to be coached by Coach Mary because she's gonna really teach us how to do that. And she's gonna continue really pouring into you, from the first book for the second book. I am so, so excited for Coach Mary because what she's bringing in, that's what she does. Like she's so empowered. She's ready to be able to give you the tools so you can be able to start even your own book, even to be able to give back, because it's all about empowerment. It's not about title. It's about really meeting people where they are, providing them solution, and making sure we're showing up consistent, just like authentic leader. Thank you again, Coach Mary.
You're
I know
welcome.
it's only the beginning, but please, can you tell everybody how they can reach you? Please share your social media so people can be able to reach out to you and start working with you directly. Please do.
Yeah, so the best way to reach me is going to be by email. And my email address is infomarywells@gmail.com. That's the best way to reach me. A team member will reach out to you and get you scheduled to have at least a 30-minute introductory call with me. That's really the best way to get to me. A lot of people ask, well, where can I see your offerings? Where can I see your products and services? And it's actually on our website, which has been
Mhm.
revamped. It's onewordencouragement.com. Onewordencouragement.com spelled out is where you will see everything. The only offering that you will not see is with regards to the coaching, because coaching is customized.
Mhm.
It
Yes.
is. And when we talk about coaching, that's very personal, and it's very serious, and it is an investment in you. And so it
Absolutely.
takes time to put together a
Mhm.
plan and a program that is for you, because everyone has to have a plan and program that's for them. It's just like when I underwent my health plan, that was
Yeah.
designed for me and
Mhm.
no one else. And so the plan for you with regards to the coaching services that I offer are
Yes.
designed for you. And so we go
Absolutely.
hand in hand and we have a good time.
Mhm. Oh, we have awesome time. So, guys, please reach out to Coach Mary, and also on her social media. It's Mary West, like everywhere on her LinkedIn, on her YouTube, not YouTube, Facebook, and
Facebook.
Instagram.
Yes.
Guys, reach out to Coach Mary. She's an amazing leader, and you will be seeing her more. Starting July, where we're gonna start offering some courses together with her. So she's gonna be pouring into you, and also she's one of the contributing for Umoja Mark coming. So I'm so excited. She's gonna be doing a lot of more stuff. You're gonna be seeing her more and more because again, I only hang out with a authentic leader who comes and really empower you and giving you the strategy and the tools that you need. So again, thank you, Coach
Thank you
Mary.
for
That was
having me.
awesome today.
Thank you.
Merci beaucoup encore de se joindre à nous ce soir. C'était Coach Mary Wells. Elle est une dame avec qui on a commencé à travailler dans plusieurs projets et je suis vraiment dans la joie parce qu'aujourd'hui, elle a juste parlé un peu de son histoire, mais elle va continuer encore à nous parler. Mais en juillet, quand on va commencer des formations, elle va commencer à former beaucoup de leaders, mais aussi surtout, j'aimerais qu'elle puisse former des leaders il y a beaucoup de sujets qu'on pourra emmener de formation. Donc, restez connectés parce qu'on va donner toute une série de formations qu'elle pourra donner avec nous Empowering You TV. So, je suis vraiment dans la joie ce soir. Merci beaucoup. N'hésitez pas encore de se connecter avec elle dans ce social media. Elle a donné encore tous ses liens. Donc, restez connectés avec elle pour travailler avec elle parce que c'est une dame merveilleuse et elle sera là pour vous donner, pour répondre à vos questions, mais aussi pour travailler avec vous dans plusieurs domaines. Merci beaucoup. Thank you guys. Thank you, Coach Mary. Thank you, Coach Doreen. That's awesome. You came, sis. Thank you so much. And
Thank
we will
you.
see you guys on Sunday. Thank you. Good night.
Bye.